SpreakerSports.com. You can check him out every Tuesday and Friday here on the Sports Fix. Jeff, my man, you have a good weekend. We'll catch up next week.
You too, big man. Thanks a lot.
All right, my man, Jeff Gorman. Yeah, you know what? Bruce in the chat room. I'm thinking, depending on, of course it depends on what he ends up pleading or being found guilty of. But, I mean, you got to figure Hernandez is at least going to, get at least a 12 or 16 game suspension. I mean, that's pretty egregious. Although, if he appeals, Aaron Hernandez may be able to knock it down to 8 games or so, I don't know. Maybe they'll furlough him from prison so he can play in the NFL. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to wrap things up. The phone lines are open. Calls have been coming in for the last hour. The phone lines are open. 216-539-7535. 216-539-7535. Taking your call. Talking about the news. Getting you ready for the weekend and wrapping things up on the Sports Fix next. Don't go anywhere. We ain't done, baby. Don't go anywhere.
Cleveland Browns till the day I die. Orange hat, white stripe, brown outline. From the backfield to the secondary, legends on the rise, and we keep them heads high. When we lower shoulder pads, bone chilling hits, kinda feels like your molars crack. Soon to be above the rest, challenges are laid to rest. Play the game to win the game, and win the game to be the best. Ain't no rest till we're laying next to the Lombardi Trophy. Super Bowl champ, start the chant if you with me, homie. I'm in that brown, I'm in that orange, I'm walking east now.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
Throwing you the best sports commentary in town. The Sports Fix.
I'll tell you what, whether you just started listening to the show today or you've been listening since the beginning of the Sports Fix, you know that our thing is how proud we are to be from Cleveland, to be in Cleveland, and to get the opportunity to broadcast and represent Cleveland to the world live right here on the Sports Fix each and every weekday. Well, I'll tell you what, that same sentence could just replace the word Sports Fix with our friends GV Art and Design and have the same statement, because GV Artwork, you guys have seen their stuff all over town, makers of some of the best Cleveland sports apparel you'll ever see. Unique, original designs. Fantastic. They say Cleveland that I love, and then they put it on their chest, and they put it on your chest too. Don't forget, we tell you all the time, use the sales code FIX10. Any purchase you make with gvartwork.com, you'll save 10% on your total purchase, just for letting them know that you heard about it right here on the Sports Fix. So whether you check them out, gvartwork.com, or check out the brand new store in Lakewood on Detroit Avenue, they are fantastic people with a fantastic product. Cleveland that we all can love. GV Art and Design. It's not just a shirt, it's a statement.
It's the Sports Fix. We'll be right back.
The engines are cranking and purring, and that can only mean one thing. Bike nights are back at Harry Buffalo North Olmsted. Rev up your hogs and head on down to Harry Buffalo North Olmsted every Monday night. Enjoy $3 drinks and beers, $5 pizzas, and crazy wing specials for all bikers, all on their open patio. Woo-hoo! Hot bikes, good friends, and great times are waiting for you. 4824 Great Northern Boulevard, right outside Great Northern Mall. Monday bike nights at Harry Buffalo. The proud sponsor of the Sports Fix. Sports Fix listeners, like us on Facebook today. Facebook.com/The Sports Fix.
It's basketball time at the Q.
Have you gotten your copy of Cleveland's Finest yet? Highlighting the best moments, players, and media members in Cleveland sports history? In-depth personal interviews with some of the top names in Cleveland sports fill the pages of this incredible book.
Joe Gray,
Fred McLeod, Hector Marinero.
Discussing the most intimate and sometimes controversial details of the largest moments in our town's sports history.
The Indians have won the divisional title.
A perfect game for Len Barker.
What a win for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Their first time in a playoff.
It's the first book written from the player's point of view, with the media that covered it and the fans that watched. Finally, the true stories are told. From a miracle in Richfield to the NBA Finals.
The Detroit Pistons have been booby-trapped.
From a perfect game to a World Series one pitch from victory. From a Wildcat High School dynasty to the golden days of the Browns, Barons, and Crunch, this book will change the way the entire sports nation looks at Cleveland.
Cleveland, you will have an October to remember.
Cleveland's Finest by Vince McKee is this year's must-have book for every Cleveland sports fan. Available now at Amazon.com. Get your copy today. Portions of the Sports Fix brought to you by Quick Lane at Valley Ford Truck, home of the low price tire guarantee. QuickLane.com/Valley Ford Truck.
Hey everybody, this is Doug Plagens, the voice of the Lake Erie Monsters, and you're listening to the Sports Fix.
Every week when that song hits, I go, wow, it's already the end of the week. I mean, it's one thing to say, man, the end of the week's coming. Wednesday, we're in the middle of the week. Thursday, it's coming. Man, I mean, this week blew by again, and we're closing down. Into the home stretch of July next week, man, but unbelievable fast. Fun show today, too. Jeff Gorman from Browns101.com. Good look around the training camp battles for the Browns. And missed Jonathan Knight today, but that's cool. He'll be back next week. Some good conversations with you guys. Talk some Tribes, some Cavs, some Browns, and Ray Rice. Oh, you know what? I could just continue to go on about that. Matter of fact, what is it? I mean, it's in the water all over the place somewhere, man. You see this stuff? Chuck Knallblock. At least the Twins. I mean, instead of a slap on the wrist, did you see Chuck Knallblock? He's got assault charges. It's not his wife; it's his ex-wife. He's got himself in a predicament, and the Twins were getting ready to honor him at the end of the next month. They were going to do the Team Hall of Fame and honor Chuck Knallblock and induct him, and they canceled it due to this here. He had issues before. He had previous domestic violence issues. I know he was on probation a couple of years back, and I believe this is the ex-wife. It was his wife, now it's his ex-wife, but he was bonded out for $10,000, but he's got court coming up. The Twins instantly canceled Chuck Knallblock's induction into the Twins Hall of Fame. I mean, a contrast there in the way some people handle things, and some people, and that thing's not even over with yet. That's just common sense. But hey, you know what? The NFL will learn. This will backlash on them, and at the end of the day, it won't hurt them. Nothing I say, you say. It doesn't matter if it's not the platform. The Sports Center could say the same thing that I'm saying. They'll still make $80 billion a year in their TV stuff. 850 million people a day will watch the games, and this will slip away just like everything else. People already, they've moved on. They've moved on from Aaron Hernandez. I mean, one day he's practicing by day and putting in teardrops at night, and next day he's in prison. People have forgotten. It moves on. The world moves on pretty quickly. They'll move on from this one too, and that's what the NFL's banking on, of course. Meanwhile, let's throw the hammer down on people that use substances and whatever. I mean, anyways, it's all messed up. Thank you, Jeff Gorman, for getting me riled back up on that again. But Chuck Knallblock, I wanted to bring that up instantly. Twins canceled Chuck Knallblock night. What else is going on here as we head into the final segment of the show? You know what? Before I go on, I'm going to you. Phone lines are open, and you're on them. Caller, you're up on the Sports Fix.
Big Daddy, I thought I wasn't going to get through today, man. I was sweating it out, Big Dad.
Hey, what's happening? This is Big Bob from Bristol. What's happening?
Got it, baby. Oh, what an excruciating loss last night.
Slightly.
14 innings last night. I was going crazy. But we played tough. We played good.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Absolutely played good. Hey, I think this is our first air in quite a while.
For baseball fans, it was a great baseball game,
Absolutely. Especially for the big Bob over here who loves those pitching duels.
How about Corey Kluber? Come on, man.
Come on, man. He's our ace in the hole, man. That young kid, that young Indian is something. He's really stepped it up this year for us. Absolutely stepped it up for us.
Just stop it at ace. You don't even have to finish the rest of that sentence. He's our ace, period.
That's all we have right now with 60 games to go.
That's it.
Hopefully Justin can come back strong.
Did you hear?
With that right knee and give us 7 to 8 wins. But to tell you the truth, we really don't need Justin. We're going to go to the World Series without him. We're going to the World Series again.
Hey, I had the Indians going to the World Series too, but I think they can't. There's no way they can do it if they don't get something from Masterson in the last 2 months. But did you see, and we had it on our Facebook page, but as usual, and this is the typical, and I'm not saying that the Indians aren't going to make a trade, but this is the way this organization works. The statement the other day, Masterson, as if he comes back, it's as good as a trade. I mean, I guess, but that's only because you've already subtracted him from what you were planning on at the beginning of the season, because you were already banking on Masterson. So I don't get the Indians thinking. I know what they're saying is that it's a new piece, but it's a piece that you counted on to get you there. So how can that be as good as a trade? No, that's as good as, well, at least this guy is finally showing up, you know?
Well, that's Terry going along with his old ace to pump him up to get him going. And you can't blame him.
I guess.
You know, Terry wants to see him go. So does everybody in the clubhouse. So do I as a big Cleveland Indian fan and you. I want to see that young Indian do it. But like I just said, we're going to do it besides him. The other fellow that I'm worried about is Captain Kip. I don't like him going out there with that oblique. And for all the Asdrubal people that don't want him and want him traded, put Asdrubal at second. Let's see what Lindor can do. Let Captain Kip get healthy. But that oblique muscle, that's a killer.
It does, yeah, I know what you're saying.
That's a killer when you got to play in the field and you got to come up to bat and swing.
No, I know what
you're
saying.
You're not helping yourself for the team.
You can't do that, though, because Kipnis has already come out and said that if it was as simple as taking time off, they would do that. This injury's not going to heal until the season's over. So if you do that, you're not going to use Kipnis at all. I mean, he admitted it. Kipnis himself said, this is not going to heal. We already know it. He's got the flak jacket thing. They're doing what they can to get him through. But it cannot fully heal until he can spend a couple of months not doing baseball things every day. So if we were to do your idea, then you're losing Kipnis for the rest of the season. They're going to do whatever they can do to tape him up and get him through. And I will say that he did say he's had to change his swing, and we've seen at least he's starting to adjust it. I mean, I know where you're coming from, but we're going to need to squeeze every bit that we can out of Kipnis here to get.
Okay, man, as long as we don't hurt that young, great Indian anymore. You know what I'm saying? I mean, nobody wants to be taken out of a lineup, and surely our young Kip doesn't want to either. But I just don't want any more injuries coming out of this. You know?
No, he can't be injured more. Like, that's the reason that they're letting him play, is because he can't hurt it any worse. It's just not going to get any better.
Yeah. Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Big Daddy. Boy, I'll tell you, we need a good performance from our little Texan tonight too.
That's right, Josh Tomlin. Get us back.
Absolutely, we got to get this series against KC. Every series now is getting crucial, J Rock. You know that we got to take down these series, these season series, especially against the AL Central.
I'm just curious, and I think I know your answer because you're a baseball fan, no matter what. But
absolutely, Bruce, the number one, baby. What's up?
Bruce has a question in the chat room because he's been asking people this. Because some people, and I agree, I think that people that look at it this way are wrong. Are you one of those people that believes that the Indians, your goal is, hey, they're going to win it all? If they don't, or even if they fall short of the playoffs, to you, is that a wasted season, or did you still enjoy the baseball along the way?
Absolutely. Up until this point, absolutely. This season has been unbelievable for the young Indians with only having really one good starter for 102 games. Okay, and for our defense, our terrible defense, which is starting to come along now. We have gone above and beyond. We do not need to be buyers. Absolutely not. We have enough young talent down in the farm, and even if we fall short, I don't even want to go hog wild into the December meetings. Don't have to pick up people go wild. Absolutely, J-Rock.
You don't want to farm off too much of the prospect. I know what you're saying. You don't.
Absolutely. By 2016, I want the best farm the best farm in all of baseball, American and National League. Have to build up our farm so we don't go hog wild and give up so many top prospects and players, because you know and I know